And back in about 2010, we were doing a number of projects in upstate New York, and these were weekend closures on the interstate. So they would shut the interstate down on Friday, replace the bridge, and open it up on Monday to traffic. And so we had to figure out how we could determine the strength of the UHPC connections quickly, because we would be casting these things on a weekend, and you're like a 2-hour drive from the lab. And so by the time you take the cylinders, drive them to the lab, prep them, break them, get the strength back, traffic is on the bridge. And so it didn't work. So we had to use maturity. So what we used to do is embed thermocouples throughout the bridge. And then we had monitoring devices on each thermocouple. And then we collect all that data, and then we plot it on a chart and a graph. And then from there, we would say, okay, it's good to go, based on calibration of the mix. So we did calibrate the mix, and we did use the temperature data, but it required having a technician on site running around collecting data every 15 minutes for a 12-hour period. And that process in total cost of about $5,000 a bridge. The time you hired a technician, you put the equipment in, their time, and all that sort of thing. But it was necessary in order to open the bridge on time. So once the sensors became available, it became pretty simple. You just stick the sensor in and get the data electronically, and you can go back to the hotel and sleep for a few hours and come back and check the data yourself. You don't have to hire somebody else to do it independently. So economically, it made a lot of sense, and just even in reliability of the data, because collecting the data every 15 minutes manually, there's a lot of room for error. And then you're interpreting the data manually as well. So there's all kinds of potential for errors in interpretation of the data. So having something that's done more in advance and calibrated, and you're collecting it electronically, real time, continuously, it's a lot more efficient, more economical, and more reliable.